What do you do when your non-vegan husband says, I want some potato soup? Well, you make it for him, of course. Stay tuned for this delicious recipe. Alrighty guys, we chopped up about 5 stalks of celery, and you're going to see that I used about 1/4 cup of veggie broth. I put it right here in the pressure cooker. This is another one of my famous pressure cooker meals I love. I put those 5 stalks of celery in the pressure cooker with that veggie broth, and now we're going to season the pot. And you guys know we love us some garlic salt over here. So I used 1 to 2 teaspoons of garlic salt, but you guys make sure that you season it the way you want to. The next seasoning that you're going to see me put in there is a little bit of garlic powder, and it looks as though I used 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. And the next seasoning that you'll see that I put in here is some onion powder, and it looks like I used 1 to 2 teaspoons of onion powder. And this really gave my broth a nice flavor. So you guys can see that I just let the seasoning cook into the broth, and the flavor from the celery, all the flavors marinated together. We left the lid off of the pressure cooker, so it really actually never pressurized. And we just let it kind of come to a boil where the celery would get nice and soft, okay? Now in this recipe, you're going to see that we already had our potatoes steamed, and they were actually so much easier to peel because we had already steamed them. And so you can see I'm just taking the skin off. We're using about 6 golden potatoes, and you can see that the skin is really thin. We like to peel our potatoes. Mommy doesn't always like to keep the skin on there, but you guys can do whatever works the best for you. One reason that we wanted to peel them is just to make sure that they didn't have any rotten spots on the inside, because we had these potatoes for a little while and they were on their like last leg. So that's the reason why I wanted to make sure that they didn't have any rotten spots, and just to cut out any bruising that we might have seen on the potato. We also put in there a medium onion, and I just threw that in the broth with the celery and the other seasonings. We cut all those potatoes up. You'll see 2 sets of hands. Those are mommy's. And you can see that my seasonings had came to a boil at this point. I then added 1 more carton of veggie stock. So it was about 1 carton and 1/4 a carton that we had left over, and of veggie stock. And I put that into my broth with my celery, my onion, and all of my seasonings. And you're going to see that I added 1/2 cup of soy milk. Now you can use whatever kind of milk you want, whatever kind of plant milk you like, but we just use soy milk because that's what we had here. And one time I used almond milk that had vanilla in it, and I don't really like the taste of vanilla in my potato soup, so I like the soy milk. It made it come out really creamy. And I just mixed that in and stirred it all up, you guys, and you're gonna see that I let it come to a boil again. And that is when I added the potatoes in. And because the potatoes were already steamed, they didn't have to cook that long, and I didn't want them to turn to mush. I have made this recipe with the potatoes not being steamed, and if you would like to see that, I'll leave it up in the cards above. But this soup came out so delicious. A lot of times when we have our potatoes steamed for the week, we think our only option is just to make some French fries. Well, this is another option for you. You can turn those potatoes into some potato soup, and it was just really a quick, easy soup, and we ate off of it for a couple of days. So the potatoes in there, and we are just going to let it basically heat up one more time, you guys, and you'll see it starts to pop in and starts to moving and shaking, but you can see it's going to get really creamy. We're letting our potatoes just sit in that broth so all the flavor can get inside of the potato. There it is. And so you see it, and I'm just taking my immersion blender and I'm just blending up some of those bigger potatoes so that it can get just a little bit creamier. And I'm telling you guys, this works like a charm. This made the creamiest, most delicious potato soup, and it was just another great way to be able to use those potatoes for the week. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this recipe. I know my husband did. And I felt so proud that he would come and ask me to make him some potato soup, knowing that he can eat burgers and fries and everything else. He wanted some delicious potato soup. You guys, look how creamy it is. Oh, it was so good. I might actually make another pot of that tonight. But you guys, I hope you enjoy this recipe. It's so quick. It's so easy. And all you have to do is just pair it with a side of broccoli, and that's what you guys will see that we did. We just put a side of broccoli on the plate, and we made our 50-50 plate, and that's what we ate off of for a couple of days. So hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye.